Hey guys, today I would like to give you some beginner runner tips that will help you maximize your training if you are just starting out. So let's get into it. The first main point I have today is that beginner runners are starting too fast. Now what I mean by this is that you start running and within the first 2 or 3 minutes you're completely exhausted because you've been running as fast as you can. And you just need to slow down and work on your pacing. What I would suggest for beginners would be running at a pace that is comfortable to you, where you could hold a conversation with someone who is jogging alongside with you. This is important because it'll help you avoid injuries during this time, and it will not lead to bad habits later in the future. Now, I struggled with running too fast whenever I first started off, and once I figured out a comfortable pace to me, I began seeing a lot better results and my training improved. So just slow down during this time and listen to your body, and everything will work out correctly. The second point I would have for beginners is that you're trying to go too far. What I mean by this is that you're super excited to run, and so you decide you want to run 4 miles before you've even finished running 2 miles. I know I struggled with this, and I would end up running for a minute and walking for 30 seconds, and then running and walking because I was too tired to finish it, but I just thought I had to. So what I would suggest is not overdoing it, but just like the pacing, you need to also work up the distance as well. So slow down first and then work on your distance. It is recommended that you only increase your distance, your total mile distance, over each week by 10%. And also during this time, rest days are very important. Rest days are very helpful for recovery and avoiding injuries. And so make sure you're getting your rest days in. The last thing I want to talk about for beginners is properly stretching and wearing the correct shoes. What I mean by stretching is take 5 to 10 minutes before you run to stretch your legs out. Don't just go out there and start running, because this will also lead to injuries as well. I like to stretch not only my legs, but I like to do some warm-up runs before I start long distance running. So if I'm going to run 6 miles, maybe I spend the first mile or so in a warm-up jog, and then I start running harder. The final thing I want to talk about are the shoes that you're wearing. Whenever I first started running, I was just wearing some Nike training shoes, and as I started running further and faster, I ended up just having calf pains and not being able to finish runs that I should have been able to finish. So I went and got proper running shoes, and it was like night and day for me. So make sure you have proper shoes when running. Thank you all for listening to this, and I hope it helps those who are just starting out. See ya!